JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Shani Blacks fatally shot in Brayton. A man known only as Shani Blacks was shot and killed by unknown assailants in the community of Brayton Phase 2 in Portmore, St. Catherine yesterday afternoon. Reports are that at about 4 p.m, unknown gunmen approached Shani Blacks and shot him before escaping in a waiting motor vehicle. Superintendent Upton Nicholson, Operations Officer for the St. Catherine South Police Division, said that Shani Blacks was a well-known underworld figure. He's the third person who has been killed in the Brayton community since November last year. According to statistics revealed by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, as of January 29, there have been 11 murders in the St. Catherine South Police Division, which represents an 83% increase over the corresponding period last year. 3 shot, 1 fatally at shop in Spanish Town. Police sleuths are probing Tuesday night's triple shooting in Featherbed Lane in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, which resulted in the death of a laborer. That is 58-year-old Desmond Beckford of Martin Street, Spanish Town in the parish. Reports are that Beckford was inside a shop in the area sometime after 9 p.m. when an armed man chased another into the establishment. Beckford and the other man were shot, while another man who was outside the shop was also shot by the gunman. Residents who heard the barrage of shots alerted the police, and upon their arrival, the 3 men were seen suffering from bullet wounds. They were assisted to the hospital where Beckford was pronounced dead. The other men were admitted for treatment. Heavy rains and winds knock out power and caused roadblocks in eastern Portland. Heavy rains and winds in eastern Portland between Monday night and Tuesday morning left several roads, farms, and about 8 houses flooded, downed trees, and knocked out electricity in the communities of Bellevue, Windsor, and the Fellowship. The blocked roads prevented dozens of people from getting to work. A Jamaica Public Service team got to work early by cutting and removing a large fallen tree across the road that tore down power at Piggery. Residents assisted in the cleanup. Dawn, a resident of Piggery, said on Tuesday, "The rain started falling from last night, and when we come out this man, the road was flooded, and the farms on both sides flooded also. The light went about 8:45, and they missed one big tree across the road." Bus driver Ian Swaby, who plans the Millbank to Port Antonio route, said, "The rain started fall from last night when we come out after 5 Tuesday. I couldn't drive to the water, so I came through and went to Port Antonio. When I came back, a tree fell across the road and I had to stay there about 3 hours now. The JPS team come and them do a good job. The place normally flood and it run off in about 45 minutes, but this tree lock off everything." Motorists trying to get to and from Port Antonio had to park and wait until the road was clear. A spokesman for the Portland Disaster Preparedness Office said that 8 houses were flooded in the Rio Grande Valley, 3 in Ginger House and 5 in Windsor. The Rio Grande was in spate, and there were very few incidences of land slippage on the road. In western Portland, the road leading to Clavarte Cottage was blocked by a fallen tree, but residents used a power saw to cut the tree and clear the debris, allowing the movement of vehicular traffic. Indicom investigating police firing up moving vehicle. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, has commenced an investigation into the discharge of a firearm by the police, observed in a social media video highlighting a high-speed chase of a motorist along Mannings Hill Road in St. Andrew. During the video, shots are heard while the chase is ongoing. With the full cooperation of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, the weapons of the police officers have been submitted to the lab for testing, and other investigative lines of inquiry are being undertaken. Indicom says it categorically denounces actions of motorists who intentionally place the lives of passengers at risk, as well as other people along the thoroughfare. Such actions, the Commission says, can be deemed as reckless, irresponsible, and dangerous. With regard to the action of police officers who discharge their weapons while in pursuit of a moving vehicle, the Commission believes that law enforcement officers must display due regard and comply with the guidance provided by the JCF in their human rights and police use of force and firearms policy. Indicom reiterates that the action of discharging a weapon by police officers should always be viewed as a deployment of deadly force, and that the potential for serious harm to others is increased, especially when movement is added. In 2019, Indicom reported on compliance with use of deadly force policies and referenced that, though use of force policies caution against firing at vehicles and the use of warning shots, there are 2 operational practices which still persist. The Commission urges the JCF to be more reflective of best practices and responsibility in their duties of protecting the lives of the citizens they serve. Weapons of war. Displaying a seized AK-47 rifle at a news conference on Tuesday afternoon, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson made the point that local criminals are well equipped with weapons of war, but said that strategies and intelligence gathering capabilities being utilized by the Jamaica Constabulary Force are bearing fruit, as seen in the siege of 88 guns in January, the most over 1 month for a long time. The commissioner also insisted that cops will not relent in their efforts to seize more guns and said their strategies, coupled with soon-to-be implemented amendments to the Firearms Act and the Bail Act, should produce much more results. The 88 guns seized last month include 13 rifles and 59 pistols. 13 rifles is the most we have seized in the month of January since before 2011. We have also seized 59 pistols, which amount to an overall 17% increase in firearm seizures, he told journalists. This is what an AK-47 looks like, Major General Anderson said, his hands covered by what appeared to be industry standard blue nitrile gloves as he showed the weapon. This is one of the weapons of choice of the gunmen that create mayhem, pain and death in our society. It has a 600 rounds per minute rate of fire. You can get it with a 30, 50 or 100 round magazine. This weapon, depending on its condition, goes for anywhere between $500,000 and $1 million. And this weapon and M16s and pistols are what we have been seizing. Recently, we seized 6 rifles, 2 shotguns and 2 pistols in a very small geographic space, General Anderson said. This AK-47 is a weapon of war. This is not the normal weapon that a robber in another country would use. This is what is in our communities, and this is what our people are facing. This and other illegal firearms are what create a situation in Jamaica where, for over 25 years, we have crossed the threshold for 1,000 murders, and it has persisted. This is what we're taking off the roads. And make no mistake, more are still out there, Anderson said, adding that it was important to show the public what the police are confronted with on the job. This is a symbol of it, an AK-47. The illegal firearms they carry are very often used to create fear, even when they aren't killing people. It is the main source of intimidation. An example is Travis Gilman, who was convicted in 2011 of 11 counts of murder and illegal possession of firearm. He was sentenced to 210 years, the commissioner said. Gilman was a member of the Bloods gang in Clarendon, who pleaded guilty to a raft of serious criminal offences, including murders, committed between 2017 and 2021. These gunmen and gangs are quite often part of sophisticated criminal networks that have transnational connection and requires the use of our manpower, intelligence, technology, and our partnerships and operational strategies to confront what is essentially a criminal organization whose purpose is to profit from the misery of our society, General Anderson said. He said that up to Tuesday, Jamaica had a 6% decline in murders, a 20% decline in shootings, a 14% reduction in robberies, a 67% reduction in rape, and an 11% decline in break-ins since the start of the year. That is an overall reduction of 19% of all major crimes. This is a reflection of the work that the JCF has been doing, particularly in terms of bringing together the resources, personnel, equipment, and technology within plans and strategies and working with partners. Our strategies are focused on guns and the removal of guns from the hands of murderers. The members of the JCF have been extending themselves without break since last year because with an increase in murders. Murders are 72% gang-related and 19% interpersonal. About 5 to 7% came as a result of some other criminal activity, he said. We spend a lot of resources and a lot of effort is placed on actually stopping killers from killing each other and their families and associates, and we must continue that. But we also have a range of responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. I want people to understand the context in which the JCF and the Jamaica Defence Force operate: death, mayhem, and pain. Arguing that the work of the police must be aligned to that of prosecutors and the sentencing regime, the commissioner said that there is currently a 40% rate of recidivism, which means that of the roughly 1,000 people released from prison each year, approximately 500 reoffend in a 2-year period. I assure Jamaicans that our part of the system is being worked effectively, and we are using a range of operational and crime strategies to get the results, he said. Jamaica reports 161 new COVID-19 cases, 12 more deaths. Jamaica has reported 161 new cases of COVID-19 and 12 additional virus-related deaths, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 124,967 and the death toll to 2,675. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the death of a 73-year-old man from Clarendon occurred in September 2021 and was previously listed as under investigation. The deaths occurred between January 9 to 31, 2022, and include 7 people from St. Elizabeth, 6 women ages 84, 82, 93, 72, 65, and 86, and a 94-year-old man. 3 people from Kingston and St. Andrew also died, 2 men, ages 65 and 53, and an 86-year-old woman. The other death was a 90-year-old woman from Westmoreland. Of the newly reported cases, there were 91 females and 70 males with ages ranging from 4 months to 95 years. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine 45, Kingston and St. Andrew 31, Clarendon 19, Manchester 16, St. Mary 13, Westmoreland and St. James 9 each, St. Anne 7, Hanover 5, St. Thomas, Trelawney and Portland 2 each, and St. Elizabeth 1. The country's positivity rate is now 21.6%. The country also recorded 137 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 70,340. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.